Hello, happy New Year's Eve. I am so glad 2020 is literally hours away from being over and we can start fresh with a new year. Granted, we're still going to be in a pandemic. We're still dealing with those things, so nothing just magically disappears come January 1st. But at least for me, there's nothing like a fresh start. So I'm super excited about that. And it is like raining cats and dogs here in Austin, but tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. So I'm like, you know what? It's very fitting. Let's like have it dreary and dark to wrap up 2020 and then moving into 2021, nice and sunny and bright and all the good things. So I see some people here with me. Say hello. I am getting used to YouTube Live, so I would love to say hi, see who's on. But anyways, I am here to wrap up my year financially. You probably know by now, but every month I go through my numbers, my budget, how everything went. And since we are pretty much wrapping up the year, I'm going to cover how my December went, how my year went in terms of my budget and spending, how my goals went, and what my goals are for 2021. So I'm excited to share all of that. So let me dive in. I track everything in my tracker, so I got all my numbers here. So for the month of December, I was profitable this month, which is exciting. I made about $180 more than I spent, which is always a good thing. I was right on track with my savings goal, so I'm happy about that. Housing category, right on track. Personal bills, I was definitely over in this category. I had a few things come up that just had to be taken care of, and that's just the way it goes. Groceries, right on track. I was a little bit over in my transportation budget. I had some extra Uber expenses. I think that's what that was. But I have a full tank of gas moving into January, so hopefully next month that category will be on track. Per usual, I was over budget in the meals out category. I think December is just kind of one of those months where, you try your best, but with Christmas and the holidays and just everything, sometimes it's just easier to go out to eat or at least have food delivered, and that's exactly what I did. And then fun spending, I was over budget in this category too. I exceeded my Christmas spending limit, so that's really where that came in. But at the end of the day, I was profitable, meaning I made more than I spent, even in spite of these categories being a little bit over budget. Now, in terms of like my year, my finances, I just wanted to point out a few things. I went back through all of my past months and I was able to see that I was profitable for 8 of the 12 months. So 8 out of the 12 months of the year, I made more than I spent. And the 4 months that I spent more than I made, wasn't by much. So I did have to use savings for a few things, but no credit cards, nothing like that. So I think that's positive. And I did notice a few trends. I am consistently over budget in my food and fun spending categories. And I know for fun spending, I started treating myself to lash extensions, and I didn't really account for that in my budget. So those actually aren't cheap. So it makes sense that I'm over in that category, and I am going to do some tweaking for 2021. So hopefully that adjusts that. And, in terms of food, I probably need to be a little bit more realistic with how often I eat out. I work a lot, and I'm just finding it's really hard for me to stay consistent with cooking all the time. And because of that, I eat out. And it just is what it is. So I need to make sure that I account for it, but also stick to whatever my limit is. So if I do up that category limit, I still need to make sure I'm sticking to it. And then another trend that I noticed is that I consistently save more than I plan to. And I think this has to do a lot because of Digit. Digit is an app that links to your checking account, transfers out small amounts of money from your checking and puts it to your Digit savings. And I do factor in digit into my budget, but since there's no set amount every, month, sometimes I'm over the category limit, and thankfully it's being saved, so it's a good thing. But I probably need to factor in more for saving, because clearly I'm saving more. Now, I want to just talk about some of like the progress I made towards my goals in 2020. These aren't just specifically, hi Bianca, Happy New Year. These aren't just specifically money goals. Some are, some aren't, but I just want to share a few of my wins. I didn't have major wins, across the board, but I did some pretty good things. I'm pretty proud. So I stayed consistent with my workouts 5 times per week. I did this every week of the year. Even while I was like out of town, I would continue my workout. So I'm really proud about that. I did not succeed with like my weight loss goal, unfortunately. So when I get into 2021 goals, I'll talk about that. I saved 15 months worth of expenses. And this was a pretty big goal of mine because I have a major life update happening in the next few months. And this is a really key goal that I needed to achieve to make sure I'm right in line with that update. And as it gets closer, I will share more. I maxed out my Roth IRA, so I'm very happy about that. I grew City Girl Savings revenue by just over 50%. And the fact that, I did that while we're in a pandemic, I think speaks volumes to this company and what it does to help women. So I'm really proud about that. I bought my dream car. I had my previous car for 13 years. And so I bit the bullet and bought my dream car, and I love it, and I'm so happy with it. My credit score finally hit 800, and it's been staying steady above 800, so I'm happy about that. And then I love traveling, and obviously with coronavirus, we can't really do that as much as we'd like, but I was able to get away in February before the shenanigans happened and made it to Antigua. And then I did go on a trip to Alaska within the state. So I haven't been to either of those places before. So that was exciting. So I'm pretty happy with my goals and the progress I've made in 2020. Still a lot more to go for 2021. Some of my goals are to get my body fat percentage to 20%. So I'm not really using this as like a vanity metric. I've done like, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds or whatever the case may be. And I'm realizing I don't really care what the scale says. Like I want to feel confident. And I think for me, that is using body fat as a measurement is going to help me understand if I'm happy with where I'm at. So that's one of my goals. Also to continue staying consistent with my workouts 5 times per week. Like I want to keep this up. The older I get, the harder it's going to be. So you know what? I just need to make it my lifestyle. I want to master my diet. So I've got the working out done and figured out. Now I need to make sure that I'm eating the right things. And this has been a constant struggle for me. So I really want to take 2021 to get that piece figured out. I obviously want to help so many more women. Like I think City Girl Savings did amazing things this year, but like we're just scratching the surface. Like I want to help so many more women, and I'm excited for what is to come. Financial independence can be reached by every single woman, and I want to play a part in that. I have a goal to journal every day. I'm pretty good about journaling, but sometimes like I'll skip a day or 2 or 3. And so in the new year, I want to make sure I journal every day. I want to max out my Roth IRA again. And then this major life update should be happening in April. It's on my goals list. If and when it happens, I will definitely share with everyone. So that is my 2020 year. I am pretty proud. Always room to improve. But I hope this encourages you to look at your own money and goals and all of that for the year, and then think about what you want to work towards in 2021. Thank you for being here and supporting City Girl Savings. It means the world. Happy New Year. Be safe, be healthy, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.